Hello everyone. In this lecture we will discuss problems related to magnetostatics. So here we have a first problem is a current I is uniformly distributed over a wire of circular cross section with radius A. Find the volume current density J. So here as per definition, volume current density J is the current per unit area perpendicular to flow. So as per definition, volume current density J is the current per unit area perpendicular to flow. So as per our problem, that is a current I is uniformly distributed over a wire of circular cross section with radius A. So here suppose this is a wire and current flow through this wire is I, and here this is a cross section and having radius is A. So as per definition, so current density J is equal to I, or as per definition this is dI over dA perpendicular. That is, volume current density is a current per unit area perpendicular to flow. So as per question, here dI is equals to I and dA perpendicular, this is equals to, this is a area perpendicular to flow, and this is equals to pi a square. So finally the current density is equals to I over pi a square. Okay, so this is the first part of the problem. Now in second case, here problem is, suppose the current density in the wire is proportional to the distance from the axis. J is equals to Ks. So here K is constant. So find the total current in the wire. So again we will use the same definition of current density, that is J is equal to dI over dA perpendicular, or we can write dI equals to J dA perpendicular. Okay, so here suppose this is the cross sectional portion, that is this portion of the wire, and here suppose this is a center, then this is a, suppose this is a shaded portion here, this shaded portion, this is a ds, and here this portion is s d phi, if phi is the angle. Okay, so here as in our problem, this DA perpendicular is equals to S ds d phi. So now substitute this value. So what we get, di equals to j, here we have this is equals to ks, and dA perpendicular, this is equals to ds d phi. Okay, so when we integrate this, so we can write I, this is equals to, here we have this k limit vary from ks to ds, and here this is a d phi. So for s, so as we know, as per problem, the radius is equals to a, so we move from 0 to a, and angle, because this is a circle, so angle is 0 to 2 pi. So we can write k s cube over 3 0 to a, and here phi 0 to 2 pi, and this is equals to 1 over 3 k a cube into 2 pi, or finally we can write 2 over 3 pi k a cube. So this is the current. So here simply we substitute the value of dA perpendicular, this is equals to s ds df d phi. So when we substitute this value in the basic equation, then we get current that is equals to 2 over 3 pi k a cube. Okay, then we will discuss second problem. So as per second problem is, find the magnetic field at a distance s from a straight line carrying a steady current I. So here we are interested to find the magnetic field at a distance s from a long straight wire. So here, as per our problem, suppose this is a long straight wire and steady current I flow through this wire, and here we are interested to find the magnetic field at a point P, which is at a distance s from the line. And here suppose this is a small element, this is a di vector, and diagonally this distance is suppose this is a r cap. Okay, so suppose this angle is theta, and this angle is alpha, and here this variable length is small l. Now here, as per definition, magnetic field, that is according to Biot-Savart's law, magnetic field is equals to mu naught over 4 pi. Here this is a I cross r cap over r square dl. Okay, or we can write this mu naught over 4 pi, here I. So dl and di, they are interchangeable, so we can write di cross r cap over r square. Okay, but here di cross r, this is equals to dl sine alpha. So here we are interested to find the value of alpha in terms of theta. So as per this triangle, this is here we have a angle theta, this angle is 90 degree, and here this angle is 180 minus alpha. So in triangle here theta plus 90 plus 1 minus 80 is equals to 180. So 180 is cancelled with this, so we get alpha is equals to 90 plus theta. So when we substitute the value of this here, that is here this question, that is di cross r equals to dl, then in case of alpha this is a 90 plus theta, so we can write dl cos theta. So now substitute the value of this di cross r in this question. Suppose this is question number 1, then we can write it is br equals to mu naught over 4 pi I, and here we have dl cos theta over r square. Okay, now we will determine the value of dl and cos theta from the using the above question. So here as per our question, here as per our figure, tan theta is equals to what we have, this is L by S. Okay. So tan theta is equals to L by S, so we can write L equals to S tan theta, or dl is equals to S secant square theta d theta, or this is equals to S over cos square theta d theta. Suppose this is question number 2. Okay, now here this is the value of dl, and also we will calculate the value of cos theta, that is here cos theta is equals to S over r as per figure, so we can write 1 over r equals to cos theta over S. Now substitute the value of dl and 1 by r, or we can say 1 by r square, that is r square equals to cos square theta S square in equation 2nd. Then we can write br equals to mu naught I over 4 pi, 1 over r square is equals to cos square theta over S square, and here dl is equals to S over cos square theta, and then we have a cos theta as per equation, and also finally we have d theta here. So this cos square theta is cancelled with this, and S is cancelled with here. Then we can write mu naught I over 4 pi S, and this is a cos theta d theta. So this is the basic relation for the magnetic field at a distance S from a long straight wire carrying a steady current. Now here suppose this is a line, and we will put the same figure. So here we are interested to find the magnetic field at a point P, which is at a distance S, and suppose here this line segment is this is a line segment, and here suppose this to this angle is theta 1, and from this to this point angle is theta 2. That is, here suppose initial angle is theta 1 and final angle is theta 2, then the magnetic field is equals to mu naught I over 4 pi s, and limit here we have cos theta d theta, and limit varies from theta 1 to theta 2. Or we can write mu naught I over 4 pi s. Here if we integrate this, we can write sin theta, limit from theta 1 to theta 2. Then we can write mu naught I over 4 pi s. So here this is a sin theta 2 minus sin theta 1. Okay. So this is the magnetic field for a line segment where initial angle is theta 1 and final angle is theta 2. Now here suppose we have one special case. Suppose we have infinite wire, that is for infinite wire, suppose the limit varies from minus pi by 2 to theta 2, that is pi by 2. In that case B magnetic field, this is equals to mu naught I over 4 pi s. So here this is a sin pi by 2, and here we have sin minus pi by 2. So this is equals to mu naught I over 4 pi s. This is a 1 plus 1, this is equals to 2. So we can write mu naught I over 4 pi s into 2. Or finally this is, we can write mu naught I over 2 pi s. So this is the magnetic field for a infinite wire. Okay. So here what we observe from this equation, this magnetic field varies inversely proportional to S. Okay. Then we have a third problem. Here we will find the magnetic field at a distance z above the center of a circular loop of radius r, which carries a steady current I. So as per problem, suppose here we have a circular loop, and radius of this circular loop, this is suppose r, and as per our question we are interested to find the magnetic field at a distance z. Okay. So here suppose we have a small segment di, and suppose here we are interested to this distance is suppose this distance is r vector. So here due to this small segment we have a magnetic field dB, that is, here we have a cone like behavior. For this is a dB, and similarly on this side we also have dB. So here suppose this angle is theta, then the result component of this is dB sin theta, and here this is a dB cos theta, and symmetrically we also have another result component dB sin theta on this side, left side, and also along the upper side, dB cos theta. So here these horizontal component will cancel out, and net vertical component we get Bz equals to mu naught I over 4 pi, and here we have a di cos theta over r square. So net magnetic field is suppose here B, this is show the direction of, that is z. So along z axis this is equals to mu naught I over 4 pi and di cos theta over r square. So here a cos theta and r square are a constant, so we can write mu naught I over 4 pi, and here this is a cos theta over r square, so we can write this is a dl, because di and dl are interchangeable. So here mu naught I over 4 pi cos theta over r square, and here if we integrate this circle, we get 2 pi r. Okay, clear? Further, as per our figure, here vector r is equals to, as per Pythagoras theorem, this is equals to z square plus r square the square root, and cos theta is equals to r over small r, and here r is equals to z square plus r square the square root. So now substitute the value of r and cos theta in this equation first. So we can write Bz is equals to mu naught I over 4 pi, and cos theta is equals to r over z square plus r square the square root, and 1 over r square is equals to 1 over z square plus r square, and this is 2 pi r. Okay, so here pi is cancelled with this, and 2 to the 4, so we can write mu naught I over 2 into r square over z square plus r square the power 3 by 2. Okay, so now here the magnetic field along z axis equals to mu naught I over 2 r square over z square plus r square the 3 by 2. Okay, thank you.